So a little shy of a year, we have to say goodbye to Samurai 8, The Tale of Hachimaru, aka the latest creation, the latest manga, the latest work from the creator of Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto. Boy, is it bittersweet, but definitely way more bitter. Let's get into it.
I say we gonna do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move. That's how it be though.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna come in here and hype the living crap out of this chapter, because it's clear as day they had this man put probably like 5 years worth of storytelling into one chapter to get to the end. Because in case you ain't here, Samurai 8 was canceled. It got the axe from Shonen Jump, so to speak, due to not doing well in sales and rankings and all that jazz. We've talked about this on numerous occasions, the main reasons being it was too complicated for people. Basically, this probably would have done better in a more mature magazine, like a seinen magazine or something like that, because it was just too much for Shonen Jump readers, too much explanations, too much world building, too much, just a lot of stuff for people to really take in. So Samurai 8 got the axe, and it is what it is. It's sad as hell. For me, I am shocked, to be honest with you, to a certain degree, at how sad I really feel about this series ending, because it's only 43 chapters. But I think one of the things, on a more personal standpoint, if I could just talk for a second about it, Samurai 8 came into my life in a time of uncertainty. A lot of things was going on around that time, and it felt like a fresh start for not only myself, but what I do here on YouTube. I was like, okay, the creator of Naruto's back. I'm back, let's do it. So I always felt like, as life kept on throwing me hooks and left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, I thought after a certain point in my journey that I'd be talking about this series for the long haul. I was really excited to see a fresh new idea, talk about it weekly. Of course, it's from the same creator of one of my favorite series, Naruto. So to see it go out like this, where this chapter, there was just so much, where the man did a damn time skip in the midst of all this shit just to wrap everything up. It's sad. I mean, in a nutshell, Hachimaru was going at it against Ata. Ata was, of course, trying to do in, and I couldn't even explain to you that the amount of crazy shit that happened in this chapter, between Hachimaru having space and time changed solely around him. So him and Anne kind of look like they grew a bit in this chapter, which is probably what the original character designs was going to be, assuming it had like a Samurai 8 Shippuden type of deal, if it would have lasted the long haul. We've seen character designs for characters that we never even seen before, which is very reminiscent of a lot of series that get axed, like Hungry Joker, the original manga before Black Clover for that author. They had shown like a whole bunch of villains and stuff that we never even got to see yet, and he did the same thing in Samurai 8. There was like a page of like really sick looking designs, and I'm like, well, who the hell are these people? We'll never know. And it's just sad as hell. Like, we had a time skip in this shit. We had villains and characters show up that we never even seen or heard of before, just sick designs. We find out in this one that Hachimaru essentially was Pandora's box all along, because it was Mandala's box and then Pandora's box. Hachimaru was Pandora's box all along, which is very, very interesting plot twist if it was able to be done properly, because again, it's just like this chapter just screams out what Shonen Jump did is they took potential and they wasted it. So they turned Samurai 8 into wasted potential, essentially, because there was just so much greatness to this. I mean, one of the moments that, for me, on a personal level, again, because for whatever reason I feel just so personally attached to the series, is the goodbye between Hachimaru and Anne. That right there was hard. That was hard for me to get through, just because it just, obviously, if you know about some of the stuff that I've went through the last few months, seeing Hachimaru and Anne having to say goodbye, and Anne, telling Hachimaru, like, what about the promise you made me? I'm gonna be lonely. And Hachimaru saying, I'll always be around protecting you. I'll basically be waves in the universe. It was really tough. It was really tough to get through that. with, you know, everything with their relationship, which it's sad because that even was rushed. Like, we had the little thing go on with Goku basically being like a kind of love triangle in a sense, just to push Hachimaru and Anne to realize their feelings for each other and get to a deeper level beyond just like, hey, you're the princess, hey, you're my savior, my warrior. So to see where they're at now, yeah, it feels a little bit like, whoa, this is rushed. But I mean, at the end of the day, you just see the potential there. You see the potential there. I mean, even in this chapter, you see it goes that Hachimaru, all of a sudden, all his stats are infinite, which kind of makes sense with the Samurai 8. Now, there's so many different meanings that you could take the 8 being, you know, you twist it sideways and it's infinite. So it's like, I guess you could argue it's called Samurai Infinite. If you think about it, you know, the design of Hachimaru and Anne after the little time skip look thingy where Hachimaru has the samurai armor and shit, that was fire. And I remember Kishimoto drawing something very similar for one of the cover pages back in the day for Naruto. It was like Sasuke and Naruto had like some armor and shit. I think Kishimoto's had some type of fascination with samurai looks and just the samurai in general for a while. I mean, there was even some samurai in the Naruto series. So that was kind of cool. Again, all of it just felt like, wow. You know, I hate it that I can't come in here and 100% praise it just because it's like, they wedged in years of content into one chapter to wrap it all up, and it's like, what the hell? And you know, the goodbye, like going back to that, seeing Hachimaru, he manned up. And you know, one of the things that I look at the story from start to finish, and you know, you see where Hachimaru started out as a sickly little boy that was essentially trapped in his own body, and while yeah, he got free when he committed seppuku, and you know, everything transpired to lead into the story, he still was always trapped in one thing or another. And the fact that he is now one with the universe, he became a part of the H particles, he is essentially the new Fudo Myo, he's finally free. So even though, you know, you start in a messed up situation, you start where, you know, you feel like, why was I dealt this hand? You could always make it out of whatever situation you're in if you put your mind to it and give it your all. And that's, I mean, that's one of the things about Shonen Jump, and that's one of the things that Samurai 8 embodied, is give it your all and you can make it out of whatever. So very, very sad situation. It was interesting at the end, when it was all said and done, and you know, Hachimaru basically turned into the box, and you know, Hachimaru was gone, to see that the story would have moved forward, or it would have ended, shall I say, whichever way they would have gone with it, with Anne essentially becoming seemingly the samurai. So she went from princess to samurai, which I want to say Kishimoto at some point did kind of say that this would be a progressive story, and that is very progressive, but it doesn't feel forced, like opposed to a lot of the shit that you get like in Hollywood movies and stuff, where it feels like it's driving down your throat, like woman empowerment, we're in the Me Too movement, all of that shit. That didn't feel like it at all. It felt like a strong woman that went through some shit. She lost the love of her life, and she's picking up the mantle and carrying it forward and keeping it going. So when she's wearing the big long white kimono or whatever, and putting on the samurai sword on her back and saying, come on, let's keep going, let's keep with the journey and shit like that, it didn't feel forced. It felt like truly the way, if you're gonna do something in a progressive standpoint when it comes to, like, you know, making women the forefront and showing the strength of women, that's how you do it. And they did an incredible job. Like, for what he could do with one chapter to wrap up years of storytelling he had planned, it was great. I enjoyed it. I mean, obviously I would have liked to have the story keep going, but it's all done. So yeah, for one final hoorah for Samurai 8 to wrap everything up, you know, Kala getting basically not destroyed, but you know, his plans was foiled, Ata taking the L. But the biggest thing of it all was really just Hachimaru. Like, this was the tale of Hachimaru, and maybe, who knows, if Kishimoto wanted to keep writing it, he would have wrote as Anne being the main protagonist moving forward, and it would have been Samurai 8, the tale of Anne, or something like that. But I don't think, like, for a lot of people that are holding out with hope, like maybe it'll continue now with Anne, no, or even it getting animated, as much as I would love for this to get animated, the main reason why it's gone is due to its failure to perform, you know, volume wise and shit like that. So they're not gonna do any of that. If they did, I would go crazy. I'd be excited in hell, but I don't see it happening. But curious what you guys thought about the ending of Samurai 8, how it all went out. How did you feel about the whole time skip look for Ann and Hachimaru? What do you think about the goodbye that Hachimaru had to go away and, you know, break the promise essentially of not being around, even though he still will be protecting her because he's always going to be there for you. I like how, you know, thinking back real quick, it was leading up, there was some foreshadowing with constantly going back to Ann's brother that passed away and how he's still there, and even if you're gone, you're still there. I think that was Hachimaru learning that for himself to be able to explain it to Ann of him always being there. And your overall thoughts of Samurai 8, The Tale of Hachimaru. It was a short-lived ride, but boy was it a journey that I don't think I'm ever gonna forget. This one really hit close to home just because of stuff that I've dealt with in my personal life. And thank you, Masashi Kishimoto. And whatever you're gonna do next, whether you're going back to Boruto, starting a Naruto sequel of some sorts, or a brand new story, or you want to retire, I support your decision 100%, and I will be there to check it out. Just thanks for everything. And Hachimaru, keep on protecting us. Protect your princess no matter what. And do your thing. Samurai 8, The Tale of Hachimaru. It was a great ride. I freaking loved it. Have an awesome day, people.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace. Last time, I'ma say last time. Moving on to the future, leave the memories as a pastime. Memories always feel like the worst. Letting all the past, leave it in a hearse. Sometimes I wanna lie, but I don't. Why lie when truthfully you get caught in it? Then usually it's all off and shit, uncalled for shit. Now I'm off the shit. Maybe lately what I've been facing got me crazy. No, I can't take it. Maybe